Here's the video review for Powercore Combiner's Waterlog or Undertow with Waterlog. I always confuse these two. I keep wanting to call him Waterlog and him Undertow, but he's Undertow, he's Waterlog. This is the boat mode. It's just kind of a little speed boat with some chain guns on it and a couple smaller guns up here. You can see the cockpit right there. So yeah, just a little high-tech little boat there. Undertow, or Waterlog, again, as I'm doing it. People said he kind of looks like the guy from Centurions, the green guy, and I can totally see it. But he's translucent green. He's got some copper parts. Standard minicon. Posability of the wings can fold. You can fold them up close like that. You can fold them back if you don't want to see them. So he's got a couple different configurations. The guns don't move. The guns are molded straight up like that. But his head does turn. It's a little hard to do, but his head is molded in such a way that it does turn, which is kind of nice. And you can take him and you just pull this up. There's a couple little tabs on the back of his feet, right there, and they just peg right up here to these slots. Just like that. Fold these up, and then the weapon just pegs right onto the top of the boat here in boat mode. So there's the full-on boat mode with the weapon attached, and it looks really cool. It's nice just to have some boat transformers. You don't get a whole lot of them, and he's just kind of a neat one as well. A little gap. These attachment ports, these two on the sides, don't bug me so much. They're folded up inside the back of what becomes the legs here. These two in the middle, I wish they'd had a better way of hiding these, both in boat mode. In boat mode, they're not so bad. In robot mode, they just kind of sit up on the shoulders and they look a little awkward. So I wish there'd maybe been a little bit better way of hiding those. I understand why they did what they did. Also, the cockpit, it's sitting right over his face under there. And it's kind of hard to pick out from the rest of the boat. It's just kind of this tiny bit of green splashed in the middle of all this gray and copper and gold paint and the black. Other than that, I like the basic boat design. It's cool. So overall, it's a nifty vehicle mode. He's not going to be spending a whole lot of time in it for various reasons. Now, to get to robot mode, what you want to do is you just pop the minicon off and Waterlog. And you take Undertow here and you just untab the arms. You can see they're tabbed in right here. Just tabbed in pretty good too. Just untab the arms from the side of the boat. Lift them up. Unpeg the boat sides from these minicon connectors. You can see there's a peg right here on this side that pegs up into a hole right in here. Go ahead and just undo that and bring the legs down just like that, and then you just take these pieces and fold them up. These two pieces are going to peg in right here on the leg, and you'll see there's two slots like that, kind of angled slots like that, and I'll show you the other reason later on, but for right now we're just going to peg it into the lower one, fold it here at this lower hinge right here and peg it right in like that, and then flip out the foot. And then do the same over here. Just flip that down, peg it in like that, so it's flat across the bottom, and flip out the foot. The arms simply fold back like this, right here at the shoulder. This cockpit piece flips down, revealing the head here. And then these pieces angle. You're supposed to fold these out to the side, and then angle them over. And in this mode, you can leave the guns folded up behind him. On his arms, they kind of store like that, or you can flip them around and give him some arm-mounted Gatling gun cannons, which is kind of cool. His face, a lot of people have said, looks vaguely like Omega Supreme or Omega Supreme, as so many are popular. And there's a Digibash out there of this guy in Omega Supreme colors, and it actually looks pretty good. Although, I think at this point, hoping for repaints of figures that like this that are barely making it out before the movie stuff hits, I have a feeling we're not going to see too many Powercore combiners down the road. Maybe we will, maybe we'll get lucky, but I think once the movie goes back, movie stuff wraps up, and we get back to other Transformers toys, I don't know if we're going to be seeing any more Powercore combiners, unfortunately. They're fun, but admittedly, I mean, even like I enjoyed playing with them. They're neat little gimmicks, but I can see why they wouldn't want to bring them back, and I don't really blame them, to be perfectly honest. And then Waterlog here, just bring his legs down, and you actually fold him up like this, and then on his hands, there's a little hole in his fist that pegs onto his leg. And that can take a little bit of doing to get those pegged on. At least the first couple of times. Peg those in, and his legs come up like this, and fold back along the back. You flip the fins up this way, and like I said, rotate his head around so it's facing down, and now you can use him as a gun for Undertow. So yeah, I really do like the robot mode again. My complaint, just like in boat mode, I wish these particular connector points were hidden. Even if they were like I don't even so much mind the armatures coming up off his shoulders. It's just the bright blue does not match anything else on the robot, which is kind of a shame. I like the Gatling guns on the arms. I like the fact that you can flip them around and just kind of have them hidden if you don't want to use them. If you just want to have him use these as his weapon, you could do that and have him just be holding the gun. I think that's cool. So you've got some options there. I'm not a big fan of, I think the legs would look better if you could keep them, like something like this. I think, if these were the other way around, so you'd see just the outside of the boat with some tech detailing in the front, as opposed to having him sit like this. Like if you just had a waist turn, so you could turn his waist around and have his legs the other way, I think it would look better, as opposed to having like the pegs and tabs and screws here on the outside of his legs. But that's how they did it, and there you have it. Like I said, that's a minor complaint. He's still fun, but I do wish they'd found a way to have those legs sit the other way. And you can. They're on just like a little pop hinge. You could, if you wanted, slide them off like that at the knee. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Slide them off at the knee and slide them back on like this. Well, okay, they're not going to go all the way on. I'm not going to work too hard to get them to do it, just since I'm just kind of demonstrating here. But basically, if the legs had sat like this, I think it would have been cooler. But they didn't, so, like I said, if it's that big of a complaint, I can, in fact, always just swap them out like I just did. So, back onto your proper legs here. Yeah, get them to snap on there, come on. Nope, not snapped on yet. Hold on a second, let me snap this leg back on here. There we go. But overall, like I said, the minor complaint on the legs there. And again, it's not as big of a complaint as these connector ports. But still, overall, he's a kind of a cool robot. I like him. But some minor concerns there with a couple of things, detail-wise, on the robot himself. And on to torso mode here. And how that's going to work is you're going to bring the arms back up forward like this again. Now go ahead and leave the guns folded up if you've already done so. Bring these pieces down and out like this. The legs, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to unplug them from here and now move them up and peg them into this upper peg hole, just like this. I think I slide this down a little bit. Flip the foot up. There you go, just like that. And again, flip the foot up and bring this up, peg it in like that. Bring them up like this, and then go ahead and flip out the connector ports on the bottom. Then this whole chest piece, you lift it up and out, and then you have to kind of push through back here, and that lets you flip this whole chest assembly over and down, and then slide that down. And then you've got his kind of diver's bell helmet head. Kind of makes him look a bit like a Big Daddy from BioShock. And I really like this. I love his combined mode head, which is really neat. Just the golden retro diver's helmet look. You can fold this down here to kind of fill in that gap. And then the arms, they come up and around. You want to point the guns out, and the arms actually flip up. And this post right here, you just peg the fist onto like this. So he's got some shoulder cannons there. Let's rotate that around and plug it on. Oh, dude. Okay. And there's torso mode. Now, I've been combining them. Let me raise this up a little bit so I can get the whole mode in here. Just to get a neat little theme going, I've been going with a land, sea, and air set of combiner. So I've got, for air, I've got the, obviously he's sea with his little minicon. I've got the blue A-10 looking airplane and the silver and blue helicopter. I can't remember which combiner these came with, but so there's the air component of the squad. And then for land, I've got the repaints of the Bruticus limbs, or the Bomb Shock with Combaticon limbs. Oh, so you got that leg, and then this particular tank arm. So I gotta get everything lined up here. There we go. And then this tank arm here. Just because I think they look decent color-wise with the figure, as well as, like I said, I just like the whole kind of going like Magmatron there with the whole I can strike on land, sea, or air. So wherever you are, he's going to get you. And then this, you just kind of go back, similar to his boat mode configuration. And instead of folding the wings up, you leave them out. Now, the instructions on him say to plug him onto the robot like this, and I just feel that kind of hinders and obscures the face unless you're looking directly at it like this. And I think it looks much better if you turn him upside down like this. It kind of gives him a chest plate, very Devastator-esque. If you look at the kind of wings coming off that type of chest plate. And just plug that right onto the peg there. And you can kind of fold the wings in a little bit. And I think that really looks awesome that way. And there he is combined. So yeah, a fun little figure for Powercore to go out on, at least on a severe hiatus while the movie's on. Much likely this is going to be the end of the line. My Valentine, do Ron Ronnie Mo. So, like I said, a fun combiner. He's not the best set, although again, I'm kind of mishmashing limbs. I'm sure if they came with dedicated like C limbs, he'd probably be a little bit more coherent as a combiner. And you're certainly welcome to pick and mix and match your own limbs onto him. Maybe you'll find a better configuration. This is the one I like out of all the ones I've got. But it works, and like I said, I love the head sculpt on his combined mode, just with the clear green plastic and the gold helmet. And I think I like this configuration of robot. I think it looks mostly proportional and gives you a little bit of mix, and the colors mesh well with the main figure himself. But there you have it, Powercore combiners Undertow with Waterlog.